All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today on the channel, I'm going to be showing you how to wire up headlights and taillights when doing a Hellcat swap. So on the Hellcat swap, we took everything out of a Challenger and put it in a 300. So obviously, we used literally everything out the Challenger, all the body harness, engine harness, everything, modules, everything. So the pigtails do not plug in to headlights and taillights because Challenger headlight pigtails and taillights are different from the 300 pigtails. So in this video today, I will be showing you how to wire them up, how to repin them, rewire new pigtails in, all the information that you're going to need to be able to do this. Now, this will work on multiple different vehicles, saying like, say you did a Hellcat swap into a older style Charger and you need to figure out the information to rewire headlights and taillights. Well, this information works both ways. The website that I'm going to be showing y'all in this video has all the information for every Dodge vehicle that you're going to need. So please like and subscribe. Stay tuned. Alright guys, I'm about to show y'all how to wire up the headlights. So this is the Challenger pigtails, because it's connected to the harness still. This is the 300 headlight pigtail that goes to this headlight. So basically I got all this information off the website. What is the website called? It's called Mopar Connection Repair Kit. So basically you just put in your year, make, and model. So like on the Challenger side, I put in 2018 Challenger and pulled up. It's gonna pull you up a list of all the pigtails throughout the whole car. So I just went through the list and found, you know, front, driver, left and right, whatever. So I got that information. See, that's the pigtail right here. You look at it like that. It's the pigtail that clips upwards, that clips up. So it goes through 1 through 8, 9 through 16. You know, 1 through 8, 9 through 16, just like that. This is the information for the 300 headlight. See, clips upwards, it's 1 through 6, 7 through 12, just like that. And this is your information right here. It tells you what each pin is when I went ahead and wrote it down. So basically what we're going to be doing is just, see, pin 2 on this Challenger plug is the low beam. Pin 1 on the 300 plug is the low beam. So what we'll do is we'll just match those wires up. So pin 1 on the 300 plug, which should be this one, we'd match it up to pin 2, which would be this one. So we'd match those two wires together, boom, butt them together, saw them together, whatever. Basically that's it. And you see all the blacks are the grounds. You go through, you see ground, 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 ground. Same thing on this side, they got ground, ground, ground. So basically what you do is you just hook up all the grounds together. Sometimes you'll have more grounds on one plug than the other. That's okay, so you just double up. So basically I would put 2 of these grounds connected to 1 of these grounds just to even it out, or whatever the case may be. This is an extra, so you see the pink and ground on these two. So these are basically the same system, which is side marker lamp. So on the Challenger, you know, it's got the halos. Basically, these is what controls the halo, which is a side marker. So basically, these two is what we would connect to the. It's daytime. This stands for daytime driving lamp. So basically, it would be the, you know, the outline right here. So we would hook those wires up to that on this pigtail, daytime running lamp. So that would be this one right here. So on the Challenger, you know, it'd be the halos. So we have 2 on the Challenger. It has 2 of them, and on the 300 it only has 1. So basically what we would do is we'll cap one of these pink wires, because that's the voltage coming in. We'll just cut that off and cap the end up so it don't rub against anything, and we'll just use one of those feeds into this. Later on, if we want to, we could run this to like something like a fog light or something. I'm not sure, but I'm about to get this wired up and in a minute I'll be turning the headlights on and showing y'all everything, seeing how it works. Alright, so this is what I was saying. On this side we only have 3 grounds, 3 black wires, 3 grounds on this side. And on the 300 pigtail we have 4. So basically what I'll do is I'll butt those 2 together to one of these, and then I'll go, you know, 1 to 1, boom, 1 to 1, and it usually works out like that every time, because a ground's just a ground, but we want every pin to have ground, so we'll just double those up and run it to 1. Alright, so this is how I did it. Double the 2 black, or the 2 grounds, 1 on that side, single, 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 single. Now, on the grounds, it does not matter which ground goes to which wire on either side, because it's a ground. They're all practically connected, so grounds does not matter which way you go. Now on the pigtail sides, on all your voltages signals, which would be these matter which way you go. Now I don't go off a color, which the website does give you descriptions of colors. I write them down anyway, but I really don't go off the color. I go off of the location on where the pin is located in the pigtail. So no matter what, you know for sure. So like I got pin 6, I go to pin 6. I know for sure pin 6 is gonna be the high beam. Not even going off the color, because as you can see, white, light green, white, light green. So you can't go off the color because there's 2 different pins that are gonna be the same color. And not 9 times out of 10, for sometimes the harness is not what color it says in the description. Sometimes it'd be a different color, just because different years and different harnesses, you know, whatever. But that's why I usually just go off of the pin. So I'm about to go off the pin. The first one would be my low beam, so I'm about to connect pin 2 on the Challenger and pin 1 on the 300. So I'm about to connect those and then work my way on down the list. And I go to the high beams, connect the high beams. I go to the turn lamp, connect the turn lamp, then the park lamp, then the daytime driving lamp, which would be the side marker lamp on the Challenger side. So I'm about to go ahead and hook all those up on this side and get it working. Alright, so I got all of them swapped over. So like I was saying, I got them all swapped over. There's one left over, which is the lighting fault. So that one does not need to be hooked up at all. So like I did on this pink wire, I just cut it down there, not hook up nothing to it. So basically that's what I'm gonna do with this one. I'm just gonna cut it down so nothing affects it. Then I'm gonna put a piece of electrical tape, over the top of it, or a twist nut or something like that. So basically I got them all wired up. Basic, easy, you know, go to the website, find the right connectors, put in the right car. If you don't put in the right car, you're obviously not gonna get the right connector. But do that, get your information however you like, screenshot it, save it, download it, write it, transfer it over to a piece of paper, whatever, just to get your information. It's basically really easy. Once you get this information, it's common sense. But if you don't have this information, you're gonna be shooting in the dark with a voltage meter and power probe trying to figure it out. Before I found the website, that was the way I'd do it. I would just voltage test everything while somebody's in there flipping switches and stuff. But I'm about to plug it in now and see how everything works. So we got the daytime running light working and we got the blinker working. We're about to check the headlights, but we got some type of wiring issue going on in the car. For some reason we can't get the ignition to turn on. So we're taking the whole interior apart right now, trying to trace all the wires down and figure it out what's going on. We done ripped apart the whole TCM over there, unplugged everything, checked all the pigtails, pins or whatnot, but this is what we got going on. It just won't get no ignition. So I'm just gonna keep finishing up wiring up the headlight. I got this side wired in all the way. I know it's gonna work. I've already did this swap before with a 392 and everything works, but we got to figure out what's going on with the electrical system, why the ignition's not powering on. But I mean, this is just nothing, but we'll figure it out. We're about to tear apart the whole car just to go over the whole harness one more time, make sure we got everything plugged in. All right, so we figured it out. The body control module, one of the plugs in the body control module wasn't even plugged in all the way, and one of the plugs in the back window for a control module back there wasn't plugged in all the way either. So we got those plugged in all the way. Ignition turns on, headlights work, taillights work, everything works now. So all we need now is the fuel line, put coolant in the intercooler and in the radiator, and install the coolant plugs in the block. So whenever we got the block brought to the machine shop, they did all the machine work, but they didn't put the freeze plugs back in. So we ordered them at O'Reilly's. We ordered some freeze plugs at O'Reilly's. We're about to go pick them up, install them in the block, run coolant in the car. And all we're waiting on now is literally, I still got to wire up this whole headlight assembly, but all we're literally waiting on now is a fuel on. We ordered the fuel on kit, so it's a steel braided fuel on and return, but we're just waiting on that in the mail, and then we'll be able to fire up. But we done tore apart the whole inside trying to figure out what the problem was, and putting it all back together now. So figured out the problem, got it all fixed up, got it. Ooh, look at them taillights. That's the running lights right there, along with the headlights. Let me just cut them off. Oh yeah, I need the key, but anyway, we got everything working. Just gotta install everything back up. Still having problems figuring out the brake switch on these, so we haven't wired up the brake switch or the turn signals yet, so we're still trying to figure that out. I'm doing research on it, blah blah blah, trial and error. But I'm about to go ahead and wire up this headlight, finish that, and we're gonna tidy up the whole interior, and we'll just be waiting on the fuel on. All right, so I just finished wiring up this headlight. I had that headlight wired up already. Just finished this one. I'm about to flip the switch and see if the headlights work. Switch is on. Headlights are working. All right, now let's put it on the running lights. See, running lights. Oh yeah. All right, now let's check if the blinkers work. Just hit the hazards. Hell yeah. So everything's working with the headlights in the front. Working great. Alright, so we got the headlights wired up. Now, we're working on the taillights. So far we got running lights working, and that's it. We still gotta do blinkers, stop, and reverse light. We still got to figure that out. So far we only got the running lights working, so I'm about to do some more research on that and playing with the wires with my voltmeter and power probe. So I'm about to get to that now, and as soon as I get those rear tail lights fixed and working, I'll take a video of them working and how I got them wired up, and then all we gotta do now is the fuel on. The fuel line is the only thing stopping us from firing up this engine. The only thing. And that fuel line needs to hurry up. We ordered it and it's supposed to be here today, and so far we ain't got it. So hopefully we'll have it tomorrow and we can get this thing fired up. But for now, I'm gonna keep playing with these taillights and hopefully I can get them working. All right guys, so I'm gonna show y'all how to wire up the taillights right now. So these are the pigtails, the original pigtails for these taillights. As you can see, they plug in. And these are the Dodge Challenger. You see they're in the harness still. So this is the Dodge Challenger body harness in this 300. We did all that just to make it run. So we're gonna rewire this plug to this plug, and I'm about to show y'all how to do that. Same thing on this side. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna tie these wires into these wires. So on the internet, there's a website called Dodge Connector Fix, and you click that, like look it up on Google, and when you click that, you put in what kind of car you're looking for, and it'll bust out a whole list of all the pigtail connectors throughout the whole car, and it'll literally tell you what each wire is and what it, you know, give you a description. It'll tell you where it's at in the plug. It'll show you which one it is, the color of the wire, everything. So basically I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna look up this year 300, and I'm gonna take a screenshot, and that would be this, you know, these pigtail. Then I'm gonna go look up the Challenger, the year, make and model of the Challenger that this harness came out of, and I'm gonna go to the taillights. You know, there's gonna have multiple different options. You just scroll through and you find what pigtail you're looking for. So go through this, then you would take a screenshot. Don't get your screenshots on your phone or whatever, your computer, whatever, and then you just sit there and you just cut the wire and you literally butt them up. Now this one has 5 and this one has 4, so 4 of these are going to get used, and there's going to be one more wire left over, meaning that's going to be your reverse light, because this does not have the reverse light wire in it. If you follow the wires up to this plug right here, this has your reverse light wire right here. So you're going to have to wire that all the way back through and hook it up to both sides so you can have reverse lights, because on the Challenger, the reverse lights were in the 3rd tail light across the back. So it's pretty common sense. You just got to go to that website and look up each connector and take screenshots or whatever you got to do to remember it, write it down, whatnot. But it'll literally tell you where each wire goes, the color of the wire, and what the wire is. Now obviously this black one, that's a ground. It's going to be a ground on this side too. So those, you can see on this one, there's a black one, ground. So those you can automatically just hook up because you already know that that's a ground. So that would be the first thing you do. Just hook up that ground, boom, wire those in. Then you would go look at the diagram and you just match them up. It's that easy. So I'm about to cut this, prep them, match them all up, and we'll see if we got the brake lights working or not. All right, so I made y'all a little diagram on these pigtails. So like I was saying, these are original pigtails for the 300. This is the Challenger pigtail. So I made this little paper diagram right up off of the website that I was just telling y'all about. Mopar Connection Repair Kit. You type that in on Google and it'll literally be the first thing pulled up. I think it's like Connection Repair Kit.mopar.com is the actual website. But anyway, so as you can see, we got a 4-pronged pigtail. This is the Dodge Challenger. Left and right, this is the Challenger 18. So I got the pigtail right. Now you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the pins right here. You can see starting from the right to left, 1, 2, 3, 4 would be the pins, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are the description of the pins. 1, white, green, or whatever, it would be the park, and then white dark green would be the turn lamp, and then number 3 is the ground, number 4 would be the stoplight. As you can see, these are the wires. You see the black one's the ground, right? Number 3, ground. So those are always going to be ground. You go down to the pigtail for the 300. You see, got number 1's ground, right? So go look at here, number 1, black, ground. So that's how you tell. So this would be the connection label on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got your ground, your stop, your park, not use, your fog light, your turn lamp, your backup lights, and your stop fault. Now your stop fault is probably going to be the one that's not going to be wired up at all. So this is basically, I got all this information off the website, like I said. So a little bit sloppy. I just made this because I didn't know how to screen video on my phone yet to show y'all the website. But this is a great diagram. So I'm basically just gonna go through here and mash up these connectors with these connectors, right? So we got ground, you connect those two. Stop lamp, you connect those. Park lamp, you connect those. Go down here to turn lamp, connect those. And you're gonna have fog, backup, and stop fault not connected. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna wire up the backup light, because the backup light is on this pigtail connector right here. So we're gonna pull that wire all the way back through and wire it up on both sides so we can have reverse lights. But I'm gonna go ahead and start swapping over everything I can on these pigtails right now. And when I get back with y'all, I'll be pressing the brakes to see if the brakes work. Seeing if the emergency brakes work, the brake pedal works, seeing if the turn signals work, stuff like that. I'm about to go ahead and just butt connector these together just to make things simple. And it's pretty simple, like I was saying. You just connect them. Boom, 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 boom. Easy. The 300 pigtail, I put butt connectors on the ends of it already. So I cut the Challenger pigtail off. The Challenger pigtail right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go off of what wires are which. So we're gonna start with number 1, right? Number one pins right there. Number 1, it's the park lamp. Let's see what color it is. White gray. Right there, white gray. So we go over here and we find white gray, and then we go down here. So that would be the park lamp. So we go over here, find park. Park would be pin 3. Pin 3 is this one, white gray. Look right here, white gray, pin 3, white gray, pin 3. Pin 1 on that one, pin 3 on this one. Anyway, they're both white gray, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna connect these, because they're both, that's the park lamp. Now I know what y'all are saying, why are you not soldering? Well, I'm out of solder, so let's move on. So we're gonna move on to pin 2. Boom, pin 2 right there. Pin 2, pin 2. So pin 2 is our turn lamp, which is white green. The description is white green. So we go down here and we look for our turn lamp. Our turn lamp's right here. Pin 6. There's the pin number 6, white, dark green. So we go over here. We got white, green, which would be pin 2 on this, which they do match up. So that one's white and green. And we go down here to pin number 6. So pin number 6, well, that's, nothing's in pin number 6. Well then, we'll come back to that and figure it out. That, move on to the next. Number 3, which is a ground, black ground. We know we're here, number 1. Pin number 1 on this one is a ground. We're gonna go ahead and just hook those up. go. We got the ground hooked up. Now we go to the next one. Pin number 4, the stop lamp. I don't know why I didn't write the color on that. But anyway, pin number 4, let's look on here. Pin number 4 is this white and brown or black. White, brown, or black, whichever one. Which is this one. So we go down here, we look for a stop lamp on the 300 pin, which is pin number 2. We look at here, we got pin number 2 right here, which is all white. Right here it says all white. Okay. So we hooking up the stoplight now. So whenever we hit the brakes, this is the wire that gives the signal for stopping. So we got our ground, our stoplight, and we got our park lamp. So we need to figure out which one of these is the turn signal. So let me go do some research and figure out what we got wrong with this little diagram. Alright guys, so I solved the brake issue that we were having when I was, here's the diagram again for the rear pigtails for the tail lights. Anyway, when I was showing y'all in the video a minute ago, I was not hooking them up correctly. Now, I will show you how to hook them up correctly. So this is the Challenger pigtail, right? So you got park lamp, turn lamp, ground, and stop lamp. Whoa, I wrote it down wrong. This is not a stop lamp. This is the stop, fail, safe, some type of computer sensing. So on these Challenger pigtails, the turn lamp is also the signal for the stopping. So I did not know that, and I thought this was the stop lamp right here. So I wired, you know, pin 4 into pin 2 right here on the 300 pigtail. So I had that wrong. So what I had to do is I had to wire in pin 2, the turn lamp had to go to the stop on the 300 pigtail. So that's how I fixed the brake light and turning lights. So it was just that was in the wrong spot. As for the reverse lights, I had to wire, when I was showing y'all that pigtail, there was a pigtail in the center right here. I had to get the reverse light and wire it all back, pull the wire back out the loom. I just, you know, pulled it all the way through and then extended it to here and to there. So there was in that pigtail, in the Challenger, the reverse lights was in the center right here. Watch, I'll show you on this car. So reverse lights are here in the center. This is turning and all that. So reverse light, it's in the trunk pigtail. So the wire would come up, go across the trunk, and then plug in here, and that would be the reverse light. So you got to wire those, pull those wires back and plug them into each end, which in that yes, you just wire them back, hook them up. There is a left and there is a right in that pigtail. Go to the website, find the diagram, and just like how I did with these, you just go to the website, get the diagram for the center, and you'll see which ones are the reverse lights. And you just rewire those white lights back down, and you would put them right here, pin 7. So this is the Dodge 300 pigtail that plugs into the tail lights on the 300. So you would wire up, see, on the Challenger, the tail lights on the ends don't have the reverse. So it's in the center. The center plug that's on the trunk will have the reverse lights. So you have to wire them back, like I was saying. And then that's where you would go. Pin 7, backup lights. So that's how I fixed the back light issue. So every light, front lights and rear lights work perfectly fine. Just follow these directions and you'll be great.